I'm supposed to speak in Portuguese. The Portuguese president speaks in Portuguese, in Portugal. So, but just 2 words in English. The first one, recalling there is a song, a revolutionary song in Portugal called Grândola Vila Morena, that says, at a point, in every corner a friend. That's today's case. I look around, and all around I see friends of yours. And that's very good. That's very good. That means you left plenty of friends in Portugal. And they like you very much. And some of them even love you. The ladies, of course. Well, and then, speaking of ladies, I discovered that you not just fell in love with Portugal, but at the same time, you fell in love with Kim, once again, in Portugal, which is amazing. You rediscovered Kim in Portugal. Well, one learns a lot with those Americans. Well, they're very special. They are unique. At least some of them, not all of them. There are exceptions, of course, in any people. Well, now in Portuguese. A obra hoje lançada chama-se 10 milhões e 1. Eu estou a ler devagar, a ver se ele entende. 10 milhões, nós, os que vivemos dentro das fronteiras físicas de Portugal. Mais um, o autor, Robert Sherman, que viveu como embaixador dos Estados Unidos da América entre nós, porventura, um dos mais gratificantes tempos da sua vida. E gostou tanto que arrumou essa vida de modo a poder continuar a conviver conosco. Como gestor não executivo de uma empresa liderada por compatriotas seus, no que revela perspicácia e sentido útil das coisas, mas sobretudo como português honorário, pelo amor que vota à nossa história e à nossa maneira de ser, no que demonstra bom senso e bom gosto. Robert Sherman queria que eu escrevesse também umas linhas para a sua obra. E como é muito teimoso, insistiu 1, 10, 100 vezes com a editora nervosa à espera de uma resposta impossível. Era de facto impossível aceitar essa incumbência, abrindo um precedente para outros amigos e outros amigos de Portugal e outros embaixadores de países amigos e aliados, e até de embaixadores menos amigos e menos aliados. Sobretudo quando a apreciação da obra mostrava que ela tratava o convidado com uma tocante, mas excessiva generosidade. Tudo o que eu pudesse escrever teria o sabor de elogio do elogiante, uma espécie de troca de elogios, que deixaria nos outros leitores a convicção de um jogo combinado daqueles que destroem à partida todo o prazer da leitura. Perante a patente tristeza de Robert Sherman, e porque a amizade é para ser testemunhada nesses momentos existenciais, logo lhe disse que cá viria dizer umas palavras em compensação das que tinha deixado de escrever. Well, I try to translate in English, because I look at Kim and she's suffering a lot. Well, it's a unique experience of reading and translating at the same time. Well, ladies and gentlemen, well, I try to fulfill what I have promised, so here I am, with honor and with pleasure. First of all, because It's about an American ambassador in Portugal. And we Portuguese, we love United States of America, as Nuno Ruggiero recalled, ever since they are a powerful nation, even before they existed as an independent nation. We love them so much that we recognize their independence immediately, although proclaimed against our oldest ally, England. And it was with Madeira wine that the founding fathers celebrated their success. And our Abad Correia da Serra was very, very close to these founding fathers. One of them, Jefferson. And there is no change in regime. There is no change in head of state, of government, or ambassadors that can shake this very powerful friendship. Well, and second reason, and this is a very strong reason, Robert Sherman is a very, very, very close friend of ours. He's one of the best friends of Portugal I've ever met. He fell in love with Portugal at first sight. And with his very extroverted temper, he decided to show everybody how much he loved us. Well, he converted himself in the first supporter of our soccer team. He was always wearing our T-shirt. He went to TV to show his support. He decided to know our country, north, center, and south, and islands, motorcycling, which is very original. And when things sometimes happen, this happens, bilateral, small questions, were creating shadows that we would very much want to avoid, he compensated that deficit of understanding or of decision with his warm way of dealing with people, being present everywhere, almost as God, and showing a permanent solidarity. And when we speak of him, we speak of course, Kim. She was also everywhere. So they promoted interchange in science, technology, companies, education, healthcare, social issues, understanding that Portugal was needing more to enter in the digital era, needed more to be more economically dynamic, and had social cohesion problems that had to be addressed. They understood it. So you acted at the same time emotionally and rationally. But most of the Portuguese only got to know your emotional solidarity to Portugal. And there you were, showing your empathy. But at the same time, in a very discreet way and methodic way, you were preparing and working for a stronger cooperation in vital areas for the future of Portugal. And this dimension was not noticed by the majority of the observers, but it is perhaps as important as the other one. And both of them showed the way you are, full of imagination, of intuition, political and personal intuition, and always fighting as you fought for the main challenges of the Portuguese people in these last few years. So this is the author of a book that is almost always a unique expression of what we have as the best of us and sometimes as the worst of us. In this book, you speak of our history, of our present, of our way of being, of our qualities, our specific differences, our charm, but also of what we have that is less positive. For instance, our very small self-esteem. I said, you are almost right. Almost always right, with two exceptions. One exception when you speak of the Portuguese President of the Republic. There you exaggerate. Well, it is not fair. It's too good to be true. Too good about the president, too good about the person. Why? On account of friendship. As you tell in the book, it was a short time. We only got to know in October 2015. I was already campaigning. You had already talked with all the other candidates. Well, I pointed out, well, it's curious, the way you understood who would be the winner. Well, and then we got to meet once, and I told you what I thought about my campaign and my term, and you were one of the very few that understood why that campaign and why this way of acting as President of the Republic, the meaning of this presidency. That's why this friendship explains the picture you decided to make of the Portuguese President of the Republic. But there is another chapter of your book where we do disagree. That's on the President of the regional government of Azores. There is for the opposite reason. Because the way you are, you exaggerate in the credits of the President of the Portuguese Republic. I think you were a little bit unfair concerning President Vasco Cordeiro. We know that it was a tough problem, the one of Azores. Well, both in Portugal and in the United States of America. And you had a way of meeting without meeting. You never understood each other. Never. You were defending, of course, the point of view of the United States of America and what you thought it was good for Portugal also. And the President of Azores government was defending the position of the regional government of Azores and of the region of Azores. But those are small details in an unforgettable book. Because, as Nuno Ruggiero, and I had it here in Portuguese, so I'm going to translate so that you don't think I have written it now or decide to improvise. I said, with the cleverness, we all recognize and admire in Nuno Ruggiero. It's written. Well, he said it. This is a book that shows you were the ambassador of the United States of America in Portugal, but at the same time, the ambassador of Portugal in the United States of America, which is not easy as a task. It's not easy to be both at the same time. Well, and I'm about to finish. It was an honor and a pleasure to get to know Kim and Bob Sherman. Had I not had this opportunity of meeting them and becoming one of thousands of friends they left in Portugal, I would have spoiled a unique opportunity in my life, because it's very rare. Of course, any citizen and any president deals with hundreds of ambassadors, of everywhere, but not hundreds of friends of Portugal. No, it's not supposed to happen that way. They are supposed to be friends of their countries. And by chance, one of them, 2, 3, 4, 5, well, fall in love with Portugal. But in this case, you were the exception. And this exception was very useful for our friendship and for our alliance. What really united us, Americans and Portuguese, is very strong and very special. We have a very strong Portuguese community in the States. You have a presence here that is old, that is strong, and that is warm. Then we have Azores. We had in the past, we have in the present, we shall have in the future. It's unavoidable. We have the ocean. We have the space. We have the geostrategical reasons, defense and security, and a global alliance that is not a regional alliance. It's a global alliance, the one of NATO. We could have, in the field of energy, new connections in the future. Who knows? More than those that we already have. And in Europe, we are one of the very few that can understand you fully, that are really transatlantic. We'll be 3, 4, not more than 5. And we are very special. And we can work together in Africa, in Latin America, in the Arab world, and in Asia Pacific. This book is not only a gesture of passion, it's a way of reminding us and of stimulating us, reminding us of a strategic priority for Portugal and for the United States of America. You are a priority for Portugal, and we are, at least should be, a priority for the United States of America. But at the same time, it is a way of inspiring an even stronger alliance, an even stronger friendship. That's why I want to thank you both, Bob, Kim, and Bob. We, and now I can speak as Portugal, President of Portugal, we 10 billions, we thank you very much. Because, and there is a change you must make once. It's not 10 billions and 1, but 10 billions and 2. You are Portuguese as we are. Thank you very much.